This is going to be sacrilege. Tolkien was lazy. I can't believe it's January already, the end of January, and I haven't shared the books I received for Christmas with all of you yet. So today, I want to discuss those titles, why I put them on the list, and I want to do that now before it's July. Although Christmas in July may be acceptable, probably not. So today is my Christmas reveal, a month late. This guy doesn't need any introduction. It's Santa's downtime, and he agreed to come down and spend a little time discussing some books with us. So let's jump in. The first book I received for Christmas is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Oh, sorry, Santa. You might want to scoot over a little bit. Hogging the couch. This is the first book on my list. This book follows our pint-sized hero Bilbo Baggins as he fights a dragon. He finds a magic ring. He discovers a cast of friends that go on this journey with him. And then he gets this unexpected form of courage, almost like the Cowardly Lion. Well, nothing like the Cowardly Lion, disregard. But he finds some courage that he never thought he had or never existed. I asked for this book because, Tolkien and The Hobbit it's the OG of fantasy. And since I'm knee deep into sci-fi fantasy right now, I thought I better include this one on my journey. A long time ago, and I'm talking like I was 19 or 20, I started this book, but I DNF'd it. I worked with a group of guys who just thought Tolkien was the literary god, and he is a great author, but they just thought, he was the pinnacle, of literature, and it seemed like every situation that they encountered was a reference to The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings, and it was almost like they had their own little, clique or their own inside jokes that I wasn't part of. And so they said, hey, give the book a chance, join the gang. So I decided I should give this Tolkien fella a chance. And so when I jumped into the book, I don't think, I wasn't ready. When I jumped, I wasn't ready for the world building. I wasn't ready for the wizardry and the magic and goblins and things along those lines at the time. I was still very much grounded into the real world. Outside of Star Wars, I was still grounded in books like Stephen King, who would put their characters in a situation like a rabid dog. But you had to use real world tools to get yourself out of it. There was no magic. There wasn't going to be a troll under the bridge that's going to help you out. You had to find your way out. And I was really into that form of storytelling. So I didn't adjust well to that initial foray into fantasy. As a matter of fact, I think my biggest problem at the time was that every time Bilbo and gang got themselves into some trouble, I felt like Tolkien painted these characters into such a situation, there's no way out. How are you going to get them out of this thing? And then poof, Gandalf shows up and he saves them. I felt, and I don't believe this now, I know this is going to be sacrilege and you might hate me, but at the time, as a 19-year-old, I felt that Tolkien was lazy. And I know, but that he's like, he painted him into a corner and boom, I don't know how to get him out, so it's going to be magic. I read the book, as you can see by the tags. I finished the book already, and that's what happens when you do a Christmas list a month late, a month after Christmas. And I now know that Tolkien was not lazy, that there were reasons for Gandalf saving them initially, and now I appreciate him as as one of the great authors of all time. Maybe not my favorite, but definitely a great author. So the first book was The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. The second book gift I received for Christmas is The Lord of the Rings by Tolkien. I got this from my brother Hank, whose name isn't Hank, by the way. Hank was a nickname given to him by my wife and I's kids, because he reminded them of Hank, Walter White's brother-in-law, on Breaking Bad. So, not that we let our kids watch Breaking Bad, but pulp culture, they saw the face, and they related that to their uncle. So that's how my brother got the nickname Hank. The second box set, or the second series, a trilogy, Lord of the Rings. Once again, we're going to follow some hobbits, I'm guessing. They're going to ditch their cozy digs. They're going to join forces with elves and dwarfs, and they're going to find some bling. I'm guessing Lord of the Rings is all about some bling. Maybe some bling that Bilbo found in The Hobbit. I'm not sure. I asked for this book or this series much for the same reasons as the Hobbit, the first book. I'm a little more excited for this series because it was written more for an adult audience. My understanding is Tolkien wrote The Hobbit for his kids, so the audience is for a younger crowd than me. So it'll be interesting to see how the writing is different from The Hobbit. Does Bilbo and gang, do they go on a murderous spree like in Natural Born Killers, or not? So, okay, I know that's not true. So I know it's good, wholesome fun, but it will be interesting to see how the characters develop. And how the adventures differ when telling it to an adult audience than to an audience of children. So thank you, Hank. I'm excited to get started. Maybe this is on my TBR for February. We'll see. Book 3 that I got for Christmas is the final book. Is The Dark Forest by, and I'm going to murder this fella's name, Cixin Liu. I apologize. I should have done my due diligence and researched the pronunciation, but I didn't. So I apologize to you guys, and I apologize to loyal fans of the series on that pronunciation. But this is book 2 of the Remembrance of Earth's Past trilogy. I've been given summaries, I know, of the other books, but I don't want to give a summary of this one. Because if I give a summary of book 2, it gives away book 1. And I don't want to do that in a Christmas reveal video. But just know that Earth is in a fight for her existence. Humanity is facing its gravest threat yet, and it's just a fascinating story on how this guy's imagination is so... He tells the story so well. I mean, I would almost compare it to Stephen King in a way. Not in a horror sense, but just in how you develop a character and how he develops a setting. His storytelling. There are things, he gives you clues. It's like a good mystery. He gives you clues throughout the book. And even when there's a revelation or a reveal of what's happening, I'm still like, I should have known this was going to happen, and I didn't see it coming. And then I'm like, it all makes sense. Book 1 had a twist ending. This thing, so far, as I said, I think I've read most of this book already. Just so well written. This is the book that I am super excited to read, and I hope you guys will too. I'm going to do a review of book 1, and I'll do a review of book 2 here soon. As soon as I'm done, I'll probably finish it this weekend. But yeah, book 3 was The Dark Forest, and I'm going to try to pronounce the guy's last name. I enjoyed diving into these amazing books with all of you. And if you did too, please click the like button somewhere
Like
down
and
here, or over
subscribe.
here, down up there, somewhere down here. And if you want to continue your journey with me, I would like for you guys to come along. And if so, please click subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Santa, for coming down and spending some time with us. Until next time, happy reading.